All right, welcome back. Let's get another check of that afternoon forecast as we head into the weekend, Cedric.
It is the weekend.
It is the weekend. I have a feeling going to be a lot hotter this one than last.
Last was too good.
Yeah, last was too good.
I think, last
it was a treat.
It was a treat. I like that.
Can you just copy and paste?
Seriously.
I wish we can, but it won't be sadly with those temperatures that we had last. It'll be the temperatures that we had before we got to last weekend when we were seeing those numbers close to the record highs out there. So let's take a look at what we've got for you here, because temperatures, they are on the up and up. As you can see, many areas running a few degrees warmer than yesterday at this time. So, hey, as I always like to say, you know what that means. That means it's going to be a hotter day overall. But I think we'll come close to basically where we were yesterday, maybe add a degree or two under those temperatures, but very similar with those highs. Right now, we're at 88 in Ogden and Salt Lake City, 87 in Provo, 85 degrees currently in the Wasatch Back. We've got 84 in Fernal. Good afternoon in Moab. You're at 90 degrees. 83 in Ely, and we've got 82 in Cedar City, 91 degrees currently in St. George. The Wasatch Front, we're going to see a lot of sunshine, but it'll be that hazy sunshine that we've kind of come to know across the area. Temperatures, low 90s, jumping into the mid 90s out there with that sunshine and those hot temperatures. St. George will be going from temperatures in the 90s to temperatures in the triple digits this afternoon, but I think it's going to be right at about 100 degrees or so. So not too warm out there today, just because we're going to have a little extra, we'll call it haze and smoke, that may be enough to kind of hold those temperatures down. So I put 100 there for St. George. We'll see how that plays out, but about 95 in Salt Lake City, 96 in Provo, about 99 in Moab, and 92 degrees expected today in Cache Valley. What about the weekend? Well, let's break it down for you day by day, because we know you got plans, you got events going on. Here's what you can expect here along the Wasatch Front. Lots of sunshine, temperatures warming from the mid 90s to the upper 90s as we go into the afternoon hours. Again, it's hazy sunshine, but it's still sunshine nonetheless. So don't forget that sunscreen. SPF 30 or greater, you could burn in less than 15 minutes if you don't apply that. And apply it often. That means multiple times, because you're going to be outside sweating. So as you sweat, you lose that activity and you have to put it back on. So make sure you reapply it. St. George, yeah, very hot. That's what we're expecting. Sunshine, 103 on Saturday, 105 on Sunday. So we are going kind of in the up and up when it comes to those temperatures, and that trend will continue as the heat dome, you heard us talk about this a little earlier, stays in place. In fact, it actually retrogrades and builds back to the west, and that's going to send the ridge and the jet stream way up into Canada, which means hot conditions underneath it. But we're going to watch as a pattern sets up heading into next week here, where we may have high pressure off to our east, low pressure off to our south and west, and that may be enough to funnel in a little monsoon moisture as we get towards your Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Now, the models are not showing a great chance or a high chance of rain with this setup, but it is a setup that typically tries to bring in a little moisture. So as we look at the upper level moisture and the upper levels of the atmosphere, notice as we go into your Tuesday and Wednesday, we start to see that filling in across the Beehive State, and that'll continue into your Wednesday as well, even into your Thursday. And then we'll start to see that decreasing as we get into Friday, which happens to be the 4th of July, as high pressure gets back closer to the area. Now, that's the upper level moisture. That doesn't mean it's going to rain in your town. It just means that the moisture will be there to potentially squeeze out some rain. But notice we'll introduce that chance of isolated storms Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday afternoons. But it's not a widespread rain chance. It's just a chance of some moisture that could produce those isolated storms. But the general pattern should be a wetter pattern for us around that time frame. So we're keeping an eye on it. If we do see that materialize, we'll be in between below average temperatures and above average temperatures. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. St. George, 100 for us today, but look at that, 105 by Sunday, 108 by Monday. And then we'll keep an eye on the chances of some of that monsoon moisture towards the middle of the week, but mid-90s to near 100 degrees for the beginning of the week. Alyssa?
Cedric, thank you. Well, whipped cream can add a great finishing touch to your